Yes, greetings everyone. So, good evening and welcome to this week's session of Forgotten Roles. Here you can find few friends playing Dungeons and Dragons online. Um, First and foremost, my name is Taavi. I'm the Dungeon Master for this merry group, and players, please introduce yourselves.
Hello there, my name is Joonas and I'm playing a dwarf warrior named Morgran.
Hello, I'm called Juuso. I'm playing a high elf wizard called Diabrar.
Hello, my name is Juho and I'm playing Kamos Urshon, Tiefling Bard.
Hello, my name is JP and I'm playing our wood elf ranger called Talvanai.
Thank you all. So, on last episode of Forgotten Roles, the first session of our campaign, this is the second campaign going on. We have had, 50, 60 games beforehand, but we rebooted the whole campaign thingy with new characters and new world. That's pretty much it. You all are located in town Epiode. The rain is quite heavy. You barely can see too far because of the harsh rain that's pummeling around you. You saved Diabrar and Talvanai just now from the Black Sea as they were stranded or so, and spent the night at the innkeeper's tavern, actually tavern keeper's home, and you basically just rested up, made yourself comfy and warm, and in the morning people came to you and said that someone's gone missing. You went to investigate the place where you could find actually a quite small young person's hand. Turned out to be a boy that was decapitated later on by some monsters living at the nearby isle. Currently you have kicked the asses of the beasts, collected their bodies, some daggers were found. I think you took some other items with you from the island. I believe a head of a boy you found, and can't remember what else did you do. Anyways, you swam back to the shore. Currently you are walking back in the middle of a field. Rain is still pouring hard around you, and nothing else. Heading towards the city.
I'll ask from Morgran, is there like a town's guard or some kind of authority who we should contact now that we found the boy's head and are going back to the city?
Knowing that, Morkron, you have been here for quite a while. These city's guards are kind of lackluster, not quite many in numbers. Considering that you know that the guards are some of Calitron Empire you now reside in, they're not that interested about the business people or business or problems people have around here.
I wouldn't
No.
want to bring this boy's head out in the open while there is a lot of people watching, especially now when we have these monstrous corpses with us. We should bring them into the city quite stealthy and without getting spotted. Could you help with us with this thing?
I agree. I think the tavern keeper, we should probably contact the tavern keeper. He's usually the person people go to with these kind of situations. But you are correct. I don't think we should march in there with the boy's head in our hands.
I love the fact you're stuck with that sound voice with the rest of the games.
I think Morgran's throat will be hurting at some point, but I will go on as long as I can.
More whiskey and more smokes.
Yeah. Could you, Kamos, go and contact this tavern keeper if we bring these corpses and the boy's head somewhere secluded but near this village, city?
As you're discussing, you remember that people didn't leave the site of the accident where you actually found the first body part from the boy. As you are walking towards the city in the midst of the field, you can actually see in the distance still some people waiting for your return.
I'll quickly drop the monster corpse to the ground. I assume we are at the fields where the grass is higher.
Yeah, it's quite high. It's at your mid-waist-ish.
Okay. I'll try to avoid people's gaze as we get closer.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Is there a forest near the field, or is it just big open plain?
You're on a plain open space. You have no idea about the surroundings really that much. Morgran and Kamos do know that there are few forests here and there, but pretty much the Calitran, actually the rural Calitran you are in, doesn't have that many forests. But definitely nothing in your sight.
Okay. Is there a barn or a building
Nothing
near the
around
field?
you.
Okay.
So basically you just are carrying the corpse
and once I see, because I have quite a good sight, even in the dark, I hope nobody notices that I'm carrying something, and I drop it to the high grass. Not like that. I hope it doesn't make sound like that.
That was me throwing dice.
Yeah.
I think if some of us stay here with the corpses, I think I can go and get the tavern keeper.
Or maybe we should let Kamos go there, and you talk to the villagers because you know them, and maybe even bring the news that you found the boy's remains.
Well, Morgan has been here longer than me, but okay.
But you know that tavern keeper, right? You can
Well,
bring him here.
I have worked for him for a couple of weeks, but yeah, basically. Because Morgan has been here, a couple of years?
Year and something.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a year. I think we should get the tavern keeper here. He will know what to do. He knows the people best.
Should we also ask about the boy's father?
If he thinks that it's okay to bring him, get him too.
Okay. Well, Kamos starts to stride through the field.
Okay,
Others.
you others slow down just a bit. Stay put, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and Morgan will like investigate the corpses if he can find anything out, or just like checking them out, because he hasn't seen anything like these creatures before.
Okay.
Didn't you check them on the island as we all did?
Yeah, but I will check them some more, because like we just came from there.
Yep. As you start investigating, it's quite hard as you have been carrying them on your shoulders. The monsters are quite wet already. Blood is everywhere, even though the hard rains are pouring on them. You manage to find like cuts and wounds, but nothing specific. If you want to do something like really specific, please throw a medical check.
Well, I would like to. I have an idea that they might have been like human or something at some point. So, I'm like trying to look at some signs of transformation or something that would make sense.
Okay, sure. Tell me the numbers if you throw anything.
Natural 20.
Nice. Definitely looking at the bones and looking at the actual size of the monster, the whole being just screams that it wasn't of a human origin originally. As you go through the bones, the flesh, the head area, definitely hasn't been a human, at least what you know of. So actually inspecting the head, I think I described 6 white eyes last time, quite huge jaws and pincers.
Crude mandibles.
Yeah, wasn't a human being.
Maybe spider-like or something.
Kind of in a between. More of a monster than a human, definitely. So, comes as you go. Morgan drops the body and starts investigating it. You go further, you can actually see the barkeeper there, just still looking at the hand that's like stuck on the ground. Actually, did you take it? No.
I think someone took it.
I'm not sure.
No, we picked it up, but we didn't take it anywhere because we needed to find out what kind of force had ripped it off.
Cut it off. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you probably left it there. Didn't carry the whole hand with you.
That'd be quite rude.
Okay, there's actually people still gathering around it. A bit less. Half an hour, 1 hour-ish has been since you left. The barkeeper is there. You can see Camus that he's watching you. You can see him maybe trying to figure out if somebody's on the field. And, oi! You! You found anything?
Well, I have something to say to you, but it's more private thing. So if you could come here.
Private thing? Spit it out!
Well, just follow me.
Oh, for fuck's sake. And starts following you and looks back. Presumably the boy's parents are there. You take a quick glance, maybe avoid their look. But yeah, you go a bit further back to the field. You are a bit in the middle way of the people, the crowd, and the rest of the group.
Yeah. If I have time, I try to explain the situation during our walk.
Yeah. He's listening.
Yeah. Well, we found the boy, or at least what was left of him. And, well, we also found who disarmed him.
Yeah?
And let's say it's not a pretty sight. Neither the boy nor the culprit.
You fought the boy? Oh, wee man. He alive, yeah?
What?
He alive?
No.
You see the grim face and goes a bit down. Is it bad?
Yeah. But most likely we got all of the, well, beings which did it.
So it was Beast?
Well, something like that.
Okay, sure.
You'll see in a moment.
Show me.
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Yeah, you start walking towards the rest of the party, and still the rain around you is quite hard. All you can hear is like huge background noise. Thunders in a far horizon. Yeah, you reach the party. The barkeeper looks at you. What?
Tal pulls his hood even farther on his face and makes way and turns a bit sideways to the monster corpses and the boy's head.
Is it the same? Is it the same monster Morkran is actually looking at? You only took one, right?
Well, I took the most intact one, and
Yeah.
yes, there is only one monster.
Yeah. Okay. So, Morkran, you still investigating the corpse? You are
Yes,
in
I'm-
between the barkeeper and the corpse.
Yeah, I'm kneeling beside the corpse.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me see.
And when I hear him coming, I rise up and step aside and say, I have never seen anything like it. It's definitely not human.
As you say it and rise up, and the barkeeper is like looking at the uproar, looking at Talvan and looking at Kamos. That's not real. That's not real.
Yes.
Yes,
What
I
could
think
be-
they had some kind of a nest in the near island or something. There was a couple of them.
3 to be exact.
What the actual fuck is that thing? Tell me now.
Well, it got 4 arms, 6 eyes.
I can fucking
Here.
see the 4 arms.
Yeah, that's all we know. Don't get mad at us. We just did what we had to. We killed 3 of these things and found the boy's head.
boy's
Me,
head?
myself, I call them hairy fuckers.
Hairy fucker. Oh.
And you see Morgran kicking the thing and the ground.
The barkeeper actually... Excuse me. Starts actually barfing.
Oi, there. Let it come out. You will feel better after.
Just don't touch me. Okay, the boy's head.
Yeah, we have it. That's pretty much all
Of course you have it.
there's left. Left of him.
We can just, you know, the parents are there.
Bring it to the parents, yes.
Parents are there.
Yeah, I'm
In
not
my
sure
opinion, they need to know the boy is dead, but it would be horrid sight to bring the kid's head to them.
They
I
need the
wouldn't
truth.
want to do that.
They need the
They
truth.
need the truth.
But
About the boy's death.
yeah,
That he is dead.
that's what I mean.
I don't think they need to see the head, but that's all there is left of him.
But that will probably help them have closure. That they can be sure he's dead, even though it can be quite grotesque. Because of course we would ask if they want to see the head, or do they take our word for it?
Yeah, they have the arm, right? Still,
Severed arm still brings hope. They need to know that.
hope. Are you going to lie?
Hope? No. Of course not. But the severed arm gives a false hope that he could be still alive. We need to tell that there were remains and the boy is dead.
They want to see the remains, you know?
Depends if we give them the head. It's up to you. You seem to be in charge in this city, somewhat.
No. Not me.
Well, people seem to trust you.
I fucking feed them. They drink my beer. Of course they trust me.
Well, who can make this decision? We can bury the head, burn it.
To be honest, it's just the for a lot of you. My advice: don't bring it. Bury it. Throw it at sea. Never seen again. Just they have the hand. Just tell them, boy's gone, dead. You couldn't rescue him.
I am fine with that.
And you lot, looks up to you. Everyone separately. Long, slow stare.
I think that's the best way to go with it. No reason to upset them anymore. But then give them the truth.
Yeah, the truth needs to be told.
What do you want to do with these monster corpses?
Well, the city might be interested. I know. Bring them to Kalitran. We can send horses. I don't know.
I don't think Caltron cares about anything.
Look at you. True. How about you? Looks at you, Camus.
Well, I've been thinking if we just tell the parents that their boy's dead, then they will be asking, how do we know that he died? So there's that problem.
You can lie.
Yeah.
I think we will tell the truth that monsters got him. He's dead, that's all. We found some signs around the monster den, but we are not lying then, and that's the truth. We don't want to upset them anymore. No bringing any pieces for the parents.
Well, okay, that sounds a little better than just telling, oh, the boy died. Meh.
We do have the head if they want to see it and have a full closure, but might be a bit traumatizing and upsetting to see your child dead and decapitated. Can we get a move on? I don't like standing in the rain.
You are all soaking wet already.
Just go dump the head somewhere near the shore or something.
I think we still need to bury what's left of him. Thanos was a good boy, no reason to throw him anywhere or what's left of him.
Isn't there some kind of city cemetery around where the parents will bury their son's hand?
It's, to be honest, it's farmland. We dump the bodies at the sea, they disappear. It's a ritual.
Easy enough.
As I said, just
Bring
dump the head.
yeah, some kind of a bag. I'll fill it with rocks and throw it to the sea.
That's not quite the ritual, but yeah, you get the idea.
And bring something that we can wrap this monster in if you are gonna take it to the city. I think these people might not be quite thrilled to see anything this horrid in the current situation.
Yeah, I have some blankets in my tavern. I'm not sure what to do with the body. Maybe looks at it. Maybe some vomit comes to his mouth. Maybe we should bring the cords. Right? They'll take it to the city from the town. A long journey, but I have never seen anything like this.
By the way, which way is to the city? Does the road go through Fedje?
Did you hit your head?
A couple of times.
There is only
your...
one way out, one way in. You know that, right?
I came here as a driftwood, so I'm not quite sure about my position on the map yet.
Right. Sure. Where did you come from again?
From an island. We were supposed to be going to Fetche.
There are no islands here. Not nearby.
Haven't you heard from Deslis?
Des what?
Why would he?
That's
Des what?
quite true. Quite true. Nothing.
I think that's not the point here. Just let's go. This fucking rain is starting to piss me off.
Yeah, you... Okay. Dump the head? I don't know. No time to explain the ritual for you, but... Well... You know it's already dead. Anyways, I'll get the guards. You lot stay at my tavern.
Sure.
Agreed.
Sounds good to me.
As you start walking off the fields, you leave the corpse there of the monster, and Talvane... Well, you can describe soon what you're going to do with the body. And you're being greeted by the boys' presumable parents on your way out. And as you step out of the fields, they look at you.
I'll slow my steps. Hopefully unnoticed, so that the Morgran gets to the foreground before me.
Mm.
Because he has short forward legs.
Mm-hmm. So you are actually going with the rest of the group, not going other direction to the sea.
No. I'm holding the head in hidden place right
sure.
now.
Yeah. Casually just putting your backpack in.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Carrying heads around.
Nice. Okay, sure.
Fucking elves, man.
That's brutal. So, the parents are looking at you at the edge of the field. You can see the hope in their eyes.
I nudge Morgram a little bit as he walks past me to give him a little hint.
So nobody of you is going to give the news?
No, you are the person who knows these people. It would be a lot better for them to hear it from you than from strangers, don't you think?
You can see the barkeeper actually to eavesdrop your conversation a bit, and he starts actually walking quite faster than all of you and actually bolts away, probably to search the guard.
I guess you're right. And Morgan walks to the parents.
You can see a glimmer of hope in the father's eye, soaked also in water, like long polka hair, cut actually pretty neatly, hat on his hands, quite a small beard, just like mine, and sadness in his eyes. Woman beside her is weeping just a bit behind his husband, not looking at you, just crying.
Are they holding the boy's hand, or is it still on the ground?
It's still on the ground.
Morgan walks in front of them and watches at the ground for a while and stays silent.
Any news about the boy? Please, anything.
I raise my head and watch the father straight in the eyes. I am sorry. There was nothing we could do. I'm so sorry for your loss.
The woman beside her just starts weeping more, and you can actually see the man grasping his hat on his hand and squeezing so hard that some water actually spurts out from it. It's soaking wet also. I see.
Thanos was a good lad. I'm so sorry.
Such a young age. It was painless, right? Where's the body?
We only
Yep.
we only found like small signs of brutality. I'm sorry. I think it was pretty quick.
That's good. That's good. A woman is crying even more. Oh, okay. There.
If it helps, we got the fuckers who did it.
Man raises here his eyes to you. They're dead?
Yes, all that we could find.
Good. Saves me the trouble. We can bury the hand, right?
Yes. Do the rituals that you are supposed to do. If that gives you any kind of a solace.
Sure.
While this is happening, I would like to take a lock of hair from the boy's head in stealth, without being seen.
Okay, sure. Throw stealth.
Oh shit!
You better not fail this.
While I'm rummaging my backpack.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
What's wrong
This
with you?
fucker. I have
wrong
no
with you?
idea.
Okay, you quickly drop the backpack to your elbows and in a quick motion, the backpack's back at your back, and you have a some orange curly hair on your hands, like a small lock.
And I'll offer it to the father. And say a little prayer in Elvish. May you find peace in the afterlife and never suffer again.
The man takes it, looks at it. You can see that he's running his fingers through the hairlock, and just imagine like doing hair shuffling a bit.
Do a bit of ruffle.
Yeah. This is all. It's good. It's something to savor. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Do I see any movement from the city? Is the guard coming already?
No, not yet.
Okay. Once I give the lock of hair to the father, I turn a bit and ask the Abrar in Elvis, have you made all the necessary notes?
While you're asking, the boy's presumable parents, they just stand in the rain, slowly take the first steps off. First the lady goes in forward and the man also. You can actually see him turn back and look at the hand on the ground and takes his jacket off and wraps it around the hand and takes the hand with him. Looks like he's like carrying it like this, like a baby. Just slowly making his way to the city. Or town, not city.
Then Tiab answers to Tal, yes, I took all the notes on the island. I have no use for the cops.
Do you think?
Do I think what?
About the monster?
Nothing conclusive yet, but it's body-like.
Alright, shall we wait for the guards?
Well, the tavern keepers told us to go to the tavern. So, I'm going there to get out of this rain.
You know Elvish? Sorry, should I do air quotes every time I speak in Elvish? Or any other?
Kalmus, just listen.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, you might actually see some kind of a conversation going on with that, and you probably get some hints and get a bit frustrated and say those lines as, I want to go inside, it's fucking pouring outside, I don't want to be here.
Well, okay, we can make it so that this doesn't bring up a fight. I just comprehend language on myself, so I know what you are talking about.
Oh, you
Okay.
sneaky bastard.
In secrecy, actually, while Tiaprar and Talvana are talking, you cast the comprehend language on yourself and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was not too many secrets at this time, so I'm just turning my gaze upon Kamos and try to figure it out how he managed to pick up our conversation and tell his piece. But
Yep, if you want to throw a perception check.
okay,
And
I'll do.
Kams, did you just do it in the open or stealthy? Probably pretty much in the open. or?
Well, quite stealthily because I know that magic shouldn't be.
Okay, sure. So, throw the
My
dice.
perception is 16.
Camus.
5.
So you actually see Camus snapping his hands and...
Well, basically, I
Making
just
some voodoo
bang
mumbo
on my
jumbo.
drum because it
Yeah.
needs components. So
Oh, you're tapping your drum like a
Yeah.
pum, pum, pum.
Okay. Sure.
I'll make note of it, but don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also answer that yes. Maybe it's better to go to the tavern.
Okay. There were a few people around you. They pretty much left with the parents as they also went away. Show's over. You start heading back to the city of, or actually town of Epiode. The road's
Is
quite...
the town surrounded by a wall?
No, it's a simple, rural, small town. Doesn't have many people in it.
Okay, but there's no palisade or anything like preventing any beasts coming to the town?
There's barely, as you noticed, a tavern.
Okay.
Like the buildings, of course, provide some cover, but not much.
Was there a
I think
town
I can
square?
share the map to you.
Oh, please.
Morgan grunts at it all and starts to walk towards the town and the tavern.
Okay. So I assume we were where the lines are at the sea.
Yes.
There's a tavern.
Yes. So.
And we are coming from the...
You're coming
south?
from the western side, actually, and you walked to the south.
Okay.
So you're crossing the western street. The road is quite muddy, in bad shape. Not really much of a gravel side, more mud than rocks. Feels pretty long travel. You're trying to make your way through. But finally, make it. You can see some people looking at you from the insides of the building. But as you make it to the tavern, it's the same old tavern that's almost collapsing. It's the most eastern building on the picture.
Biggest one?
Yeah, the biggest one.
Which one was the tavern keeper's home?
It was
across the street, or
I think I can draw it here. Let's see.
a little pin?
A little pin or shitloads of scrabble here.
Yeah. I
That
see
one.
one line, but that's enough.
Yeah, maybe it sinks soon.
So the white part is
It's kind of an open space, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the sea is still hitting the walls of the building quite hard. Sea is quite high. As you get inside, yeah, metal roof makes a loud banging noise as if thousands and thousands and thousands of drums were played as the rain hits it, and you can actually, it feels like you are in the waves somehow, because the building also shifts a bit on its sides, as if it was moaning, screeching.
Okay. Is there people inside at the
Yeah.
moment?
Yeah, quite a lot. You can see one bartender, the helper of the original innkeeper. Quite young lady, maybe in his 20s, 30s. Quite some old apron in the front, grey dress, and just running around, going around, trying to take people's orders and giving people food, and at the same time pouring some drinks, and that's about it. Doesn't really even notice that you came in.
Okay.
Is there some kind of empty space, maybe on the back side of the tavern, where Morgan could find a bit more peaceful spot for himself?
Yes, sir.
Morgan walks over there and gets a pipe from between some of his clothes and lights it up and starts to take care of his equipment, cleaning them up and stuff.
Yeah.
As the
Huffing and puffing.
As the Abra walks in, he shakes most of the water from himself and then, for some reason, looks at the roof of the bar, even though he has been here before.
Yeah, when you look at the roof, there's two quite large chandeliers actually hanging around. It's full lit of candles, and you can actually, looking at those, you can see how much the actual tavern is shifting. You could probably estimate something that the whole building at the topmost level is shifting 1 or 2 meters, or maybe 5 feet on its place.
And the Abra looks at the roof, seems satisfied, and walks in.
Before Tal gets in, he goes around the back and checks the sea. Is there a pier or a dock behind the tavern?
Here and there, you can actually see a rocky path kind of appearing in the between of the waves, but the waves are tens of feet of higher than the actual dock, so it swallows them wholly. There's two, what you can think of maybe being either wave barrier or a dock, but not much of a use. You can even see that the roots of it are quite moldy and gravelly, so hasn't been in use for maybe tens of years. Even despite probably the waves are hitting it so hard that you'd think that it would wash away like everything that's been growing on it, but it's just so old.
Okay, so it's not moss, but it's algae and seaweed and...
Yeah, stuff like that. Can't really
Okay.
describe it because you're not that close and cannot really get too close.
And there is nothing docked, no ships, no boats.
No way.
Yeah, I figured.
You actually can see maybe 100 feet ish through the rain to the northern side. There are like poles, huge poles, stuffed to the ground, but there's nothing attached, and you can actually see that there's quite a lot of seaweed and gravel, etc., growing in them also. Probably
So-
no ship has landed here in tens of years.
And no small fishing boats dragged to the ground away from the waves.
Nothing.
Okay. I'll make I'll make my way back to the inn
Yep.
and try to spot the Abrar somewhere.
Yeah, inside, somewhat close to Morgan.
Was there a back room in the bar? A tavern?
It's open space. It's just one barn, kind of.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I just sit down with Morgan and the Abrar.
Sure. Finally, the bartender comes to you, takes some sweat away from his forehead. You can actually see that she's all sweaty and dirty and just full on wet because the roof is even leaking inside. She's working alone at this time. It's somewhere in the midday. She's shifting some pots and kettles around here and there to actually stop the water from the roof coming to the ground. Yeah. Hey.
Hi.
Evening.
What do you want? We have beer. We have one kind of food. Anything?
I could use some food, please.
Sure.
Me also.
Sure, 2 foods. It's pretty bad,
mate.
but to be honest, at this point, Morkran.
Yeah, get me something to eat and water.
Yeah, sure. Drinks. Anyone else?
Yeah.
There's some coming off the roof.
No, thank you.
Yes.
So
I'm fine, thank you.
two
I-
waters, one beer.
I'll
Yeah,
have
that's it.
beer
Thank
also.
you.
And food and beer, please.
Okay. Okay. If it's you can actually see that she's struggling to. She's using her fingers. Let's see. 2. No. It was. I think it was 4. Shit. People behind her are shouting, "Hey, we want some food here. Drinks. Faster." She's starting to panic even more. This much?
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yes. Or was it this much? I can't really tell. Can you please wait? She actually goes behind the bar and shuffles some wet-looking papers on the desk. Okay, that's it. And okay, comes back to you and this much. Then coppers. No, is it 10? This many.
Once is 10.
Once, no, twice.
20?
Just blinking rapidly.
Tal looks at Morkran and like trying to hint with his gaze at, are you getting any of this? What's happening?
I don't I don't know. I think she's kind of busy and confused. Can I help you with something?
Maybe. Could you look at these? Rounds back to the bar desk and actually grabs some papers and hands you the pamphlet of, like, pretty poorly written handwriting. Like, it's a picture of meal, picture of beer, like foamy head on the glass, and one picture of water. Water's free. The food is 5 silver, 5 copper per partition, and the beer is 3.
So 2 beers, 4 meals makes 26.
How man, just give me some money.
Am I carrying any? I mean, I have 10 gold, but what's the ratio do I have?
For keeping it simple, if you have the gold, let's say in gold even, you can split it up quite easily, so saves the hassle. You have some change, and you have some larger coins, and you have some silver.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Morgan has been working here, so he will like probably he will help the barmaid and get you some change.
Okay, I'll give my portion and Diabrar's portion to Morgan.
Okay.
And say that this is from 2 of us. If you would, please. If you could, please.
So you are giving me the money?
Yeah, I'm giving you 10 copper.
One payment, just please. You noticed I can't count.
Morgan just grunts and gives 1 gold to the barmaid.
That's too much.
1 gold.
Was
Yeah,
it
gold
10
piece.
copper is same as 1 silver?
And 10 silver is same as
1 gold piece.
Okay, yeah. So I'll give 1 silver to Morgan.
And Morgan, you hand over 1 gold.
Yep.
The girl is
Confused.
I think wasn't it? This isn't. $21.
Just take it.
Okay, I trust you. Thank you, Morgan. You can hear that she's mumbling something like, he's going to beat me for this. And continues with the business. You can actually see her doing the same very thing pretty much on every table, like giving out money back is quite hard. But she's giving people partitions on food, drinks. Seems to be the right things that people tend to order. Takes 15-20 minutes about her to get to you back, and brings you 3 beers and 1 water and just 4 foods. Yeah, sorry, I forgot, but hope it's enough. Just bolts back behind the desk and starts actually again looking through the papers and
Morgan just signs, grumbles, and starts to eat.
What do we have on our plates?
It's quite sassy looking.
Sassy looking.
Yeah, it looks horrible. It's kind of a wet porridge, over wet porridge. You maybe turn your plate upside down. It doesn't really drop. It doesn't even drip. If you take a spoon and like try to drop it, it's like jello, kinda.
pudding.
Yeah, tastes like musky and earthy. There's definitely some kind of a mushroom smell into it. You're not quite sure because it's just so fine that it kind of is liquid but cello-like. It's bad. Tastes like super bad.
Oh. Yo. As I lean over to the food and start to eat, I'll crumble myself and I hope I'm gonna find a forest soon. This diet's gonna kill me.
Yep, everyone please throw a perception check. Everyone's eating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less. Perception.
14.
12.
17.
24. 24. And Morgan is just eating it up at like warrior speed and like watching his surroundings under his like eyebrows constantly.
Okay. It strikes you odd, but you definitely have seen this somewhere else. Was it? Well, yeah, it was probably this tavern way back because you have been just eating here quite a long time. Yeah. And it doesn't strike Talvanai such weird because we have seen this thing beforehand also.
Seen what now?
The cello-like smudge.
Uh,
Can't really recall where.
but it gives me a familiar feeling.
Kind of a, but it's food, hey.
Okay. Is it? Can I see anyone else eating this grub?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people. There's maybe 5 or 10 people with you in the bar, mostly humans, maybe one dwarf with Morkran, and everyone's just eating, drinking, laughing. All's good.
Is the yesterday's naked man there also?
You haven't seen him.
Okay, good. How's the atmosphere in?
You know, quite merry. It's
Even though they found the
it's
body.
midday. Yeah, everyone doesn't even know. You can definitely hear with that perception too. People are talking about it behind you. They do not know maybe that you were in there, but some rumors are starting to spread that okay, someone's gone missing again.
And we know there has been 5 cases, including this, or was there 5 before this?
I think, let's say just multiple.
Okay. Because I really can't remember last time when we played how many missing.
Yeah, people were talking about some certain numbers and
mostly kids, but also
mostly
few
kids.
adults.
Yeah.
Okay. As I nudge the uproar a little bit and whisper, "Are you getting all this?" chatter about these missings?
No.
They are already starting to talk about us.
How long has it been since we came from outside?
Not that long, maybe half an hour. You have been chit-chatting. I think I said that they didn't mention you.
You said about the rumors.
Yeah, some rumors are spreading that
We were
someone's
at
gone.
the site.
No. Yeah, you were at the site, but you haven't heard, at least with that perception check. Neither Morgran heard anything that no one's talking about you directly.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you meant
No, it wasn't about you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just the missing kid.
What are you talking about? Am I missing something, or are you imagining something?
I don't know. This food is weird. I know I have some recollection of this thing, but it still strikes me odd. I don't know. Sorry. Maybe it's the seawater in my brain still.
Morgan turns to you. He's like holding his spoon at his mouth and like watching you weirdly, and starts to eat again.
But he seems to be enjoying it, and Tiabra starts eating also. And between bites, he like pauses between bites, and you could say it's peculiar.
It's grub. Always makes me hungry. Fighting. It's been a while since I had a proper fight. Might have overdid it a little bit, probably.
I actually want you to, Morgran, also throw another. Okay, the food strikes you odd also now, because I just remembered something. Saying those words.
Eating. Yeah.
What happened?
Watch the food, and I want to investigate the food a bit closer. $15.
Definitely you have seen this somewhere else.
Can I try to remember it?
Well, you got a natural 20 on the monster investigation back there, or the medical check. You actually saw some similar kind of, not exactly the same, but some kind of jello-like material inside the being.
This food is weird. I don't think we should eat it.
It was fine just now.
I maybe have one spoonful left.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Morgran rises up. Was there a back door?
No, just a front door. The back door would probably just
Go
let the waves in.
See. Yeah. Is there
Separate kitchen?
Is there a separate kitchen, and is there a bathroom, men's room, women's room?
No bathroom, men's room. You know that people are like going outside, going to the left, going left again, and just pissing straight into the ocean, letting waves even hit them. You're not quite sure actually where people are having a shit, but you heard some rumors maybe. But yeah,
Shit probably smells all around.
Maybe. But yeah, the space you are in, it's quite open space. There's a small like separation, just few planks behind the bar where you can see that maybe they are making the food behind there.
I would like to go there and check the kitchen-ish place.
Yep. The young lady is looking at you. You cannot go back there. Oh, I know you. And lets you
I
pass.
just grunt.
And lets you go. Yep, there's a, like, maybe this big of a space. Some simple kitchenware, super simple utensils holdings. Plates are here and there. Quite a lot of dirty stuff.
Is there anything peculiar that I spot or raises my suspicion?
Make an investigation check. Just as you are actually starting to investigate, the young lady comes to you and you shouldn't really be here. Taps your back.
It's okay. I'm just checking that if I can help somehow.
You might want to throw persuasion.
Well, my investigation was 6, and my persuasion will be 20. Not natural, though.
Yeah, okay. Young lady goes, okay, you're working here as a doorman after all. That shifts away. You find nothing out of extraordinary. Just what I described you, pretty much.
Okay, then it's totally fine, and I walk back to our table. And sit down and eat the last spoonful.
Yep. How about the others?
The opera has been eating the sort of suspicious food, and when Mokran comes back, he looks at him questioningly. Did you find anything?
No, the kitchen is kinda dirty, but at least I didn't see anything peculiar or anything else out of the ordinary. Really, really dirty kitchen. Not sure if we should eat this, like, anyways.
In that case, I'll just eat in my room later. Amos pushes his plate forward and takes his beer.
Actually, being here for quite a long time, you have been here for a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that there's nothing else to have than this much. You have heard some tales about all the fish boats gone with the waves. All the crops are actually taken to the Calitron Empire. no wild hunt here, no game. All you have is the smudge. And beer. Beer's plenty. But it's quite nourishing.
Yeah, I'll have a liquid lunch.
Yes.
I'll stop eating midway and just skip the rest.
Deborah finishes his plate and it's like, that was kind of weird, but exciting at the same time.
In Elvish, Tal comments that, well, you do have a tendency to do weird things just for the excitement and for the fun of it. I don't know. Are you experimenting or getting new ideas doing these things? But if you want, I can give you the rest of my lunch, or the so-called lunch.
Deborah answers in common. No thanks. The plate was enough for me.
Oh well. And I'll push my plate forward and flip the spoon on the plate, and I'm done.
Okay. Mid-sentence, Kamos, you can hear that Talvana's speech actually translates slowly back into the language you once again don't understand.
Oh well.
It doesn't take long. You finish your drinks, finish your foods, except Talvana. The barkeeper, the actual barkeeper, comes back, slams the door, takes his hat, which is like pretty commoner hat, and squeezes it to the nearest pot. Winks at the bar lady, and just they change nods, and goes back behind the bar.
While we are done eating, I'll ask from Kamos that where he had come from to this place, and why is he as an entertainer in this really small town.
Well, I came from Fetja. It's my home.
Oh,
And well, I wanted to explore the world and be, well, the best entertainer there is.
so
And
why would
to
you
get
leave
new
Fetch?
material for my,
Ah, I see.
well, homes.
Seen any elves in Fetch while you were growing there?
No, not really.
May I ask, how old are you?
Well, I'm 23.
And you said you have lived your whole life in Fetch?
Well, yeah.
Do you have family there, or now?
Yeah.
Right now?
I was living with my parents and, well, my grandpa used to live in Fedje also, but well, he's deceased.
That's too sad. Too bad. How long have your parents lived in Fedje?
I don't remember. Well, like their whole lives, maybe.
Oh,
Never asked really.
what do they do for living?
And they are just common folk, farmers. Fedje is, after all, agricultural city.
And a port town, obviously. I would like to visit Fedje in a near future. Would you recommend some places to see, like a good taverns or?
Yeah. Well, there was this. Actually, never mind. Don't go there. That's a silly place. Yeah, I think of some places and I'll tell them about them later.
Yeah, but you can definitely remember the biggest tavern actually in the rural Calitron, Deep Shallows. Nothing worthwhile mentioning that you remember of anything else. Some shops, tinkerers, nothing special. Most of the cities are farmers anyway, so.
It's quite peculiar. Doesn't your kind follow their parents' footsteps and end up having the same job as them? How come you became an entertainer and not a farmer?
Well, it's mostly because of my grandfather. He used to be an adventurer and tell me stories when I was little.
Oh, so you got enamored his adventures and stories and such, and became your own adventure.
Well, something like that.
Insight, yeah. Fuck. 5.
Joo, ihan uskottava tarina.
And same in English, please.
Yeah, true. It's believable.
Alright.
It's just that his stories like inspired me to, well, spread his adventures to other folk. Tell about his, well, epic adventures. And maybe.
So you're telling his stories and none of your own yet?
Well, I have been traveling for like a couple of months, so nothing big really has happened yet.
Didn't Morgram mention you got robbed on the way here?
Yeah, well, that's still
Isn't that a good
work in
story
progress.
to tell? You're alive?
Yeah, I have written something about that, but it still needs some work.
So the road to Fedje is dangerous.
You know of 2 routes going there. Actually, the river that from maybe 2 or 3 miles to the west goes here. It actually flows from south to north towards Fedje, and it passes an underground kind of a tunnel way. It's quite safe, pretty commonly used if people do not have horses and want to use boats. But there's also a typical, just a road going there. It's quite in a bad shape, but traveling between these two cities is considered quite safe.
Mm-hmm. So which transportation did you use to get to Epiode? The boat or the road?
Where I walked.
You walked?
Yeah.
You don't have a horse?
No.
All by yourself?
Yeah. It was like
Took quite many days.
yeah, many days, but it was a spark of inspiration that today is the day I shall start my adventure. So I pretty much didn't have even time to prepare for my trip.
I see. Even though it seems like you are running away from home, if you don't have time to prepare for a few days' journey, even on a safe road, it's probably not a good idea to go alone. But well, maybe your kind is different, and they manage.
Well, he has made it here, hasn't he?
Mhm. Well, if you have few places to recommend in Fece, then I'll be taking note. We need to travel to Fece as soon as possible. So I would really appreciate any information you can give.
Yeah. I'll write down some directions to the city.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, meanwhile you are discussing the tavern keeper comes to your table and oi, the gods took the body and well, they told me to get away, but they're taking care of it now.
Are they sending the body to the city?
Heck do I know?
You don't even care?
Of course I care. My town. They just told me to get away.
That's calendars for you.
Didn't you say in the morning that there isn't any guards here?
A few. Kind of minding their own business, unless needed to.
Uh-huh. Pondering.
So, what are you doing now? You have been eating? The food's bad, sorry. All we have, Morgan and Kamos. You good? You staying? You can stay one night at my place? Yeah.
Well, it's about midday, right?
Hmm?
It's about midday.
Hmm?
Any hope the rain will cease at some point?
Maybe in a year or two. It's been raining for I don't even know. Maybe a year or two. No,
That's
no.
wonderful.
It's the Black Sea, you know.
Oh. Well, as I point to the uproar and between myself, we'll need to be getting to fetch as soon as possible.
I would have wanted to wait for the rain to stop because
Yeah, there
rain,
is.
rain, rain.
If the rain is not stopping, then
Yeah, we have
move.
no option.
Well, you can wait. There's food and drinks and keeping me satisfied.
We don't have to, even though we are quite, I think you would consider us long-lived. We don't have 2 years to wait.
Long-lived? Right. He has no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You look
Doesn't know
quite
else.
young anyways. Right?
Yeah. I'm young-ish for an elf.
Yeah. Yeah, he just goes, sure.
Sure, alright.
I think I will be leaving with them. Thank you for everything. You have giving me a roof over my head for a past while. I'm grateful, and a steady job to do. But I think it's time for me to move on.
That's sad. Well, as you noticed, I don't even need a doorman. No one's fighting. It's just out of generosity.
It has been a good job. Thank you still for it.
Sure. Hope you find some peace.
Oh, I hope I will.
I'll have my usual room.
Sure.
Is there shops in this town? Mainly equipped. We need some equipment on the road.
Yeah, something simple, right?
Yes. Mainly rations and some rags and robes for the road.
Okay, you may want to try. Let's see. No herb stores. Anvil of the Sea. Ask for Donera. He's handling the basic equipment of the city, anyways. You could go to the library. Ink and Scroll. Don't go there. All the establishments quite wet. Doesn't really serve the library side, but he has some ink. Just forget about the scrolls.
Daenerys, you said?
Donera.
Donera.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Anvil of the Sea was the place.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for your hospitality and especially getting us out from the sea. I hope we repaid you enough with this unfortunate incident that happened.
Yeah,
today.
sure thing. Thank you. Good you're alive.
Yeah, you have our thanks.
So Kamos, the usual, winks at the lady behind the desk and, yeah, with the keys. It's not in this establishment. It's the
Yeah.
pretty much the next one.
Yeah. Kamos walks to the lady and just takes the keys and thank you.
Yeah,
again.
she's holding the keys until you pay. You try to actually yank the keys, but nope. Shows you. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, sure. Kamos takes 1 copper from his pouch.
Takes it. Looks at the innkeeper. Innkeeper goes, fuck me. Just go.
Nice.
You are a scammer. Paying a room with a copper.
Well, usually the room has been free.
Oh,
But because I don't feel like reciting poetry today, so I have to pay.
As you step out to the rain, all the drumming that the metal roof kept around you stops, and you can see the rain pouring on the ground, hitting actually pretty much mud, some wood. It's quite soothing. You can hear the storm mellow behind you at the ocean. Some thunder strikes here and there light the streets. Let's take a 5 minutes of break. So 1915.
right on.
Thank you. Let's continue quite soon. And we're back. Okay, so you step out of the bar, tavern, whatever, and it's raining quite hard. You don't see too many people going out, traveling outside. People are basically working. No one to be seen from here.
Okay, so which way is the door out of the establishment?
Into the inner yard.
And there is a small opening somewhere to get to the street
Yes,
between buildings.
yeah, between the buildings.
Okay. You said that there was a few people on the inner yard. Are they having a piss or are they just...
Yeah, people are just coming and going. Nice, Morgan. Coming and going inside.
Morgan, do you know where the Anvil of the Sea is?
I think if I remember correctly, it's like straight from here, couple of houses past and on the left. I'm not sure. I think it's there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright. Well, we need to get some stuff on the road and probably upgrade our robes. This beeswax is getting worn off and I'm already getting soaked through to my underwear.
Yes, the rain can get you on your nerves around here. I think I should buy traveler's clothes too if we are going on the road.
Is it possible to get some kind of a horse ride from here?
Pretty much no.
Oh, we're walking.
You're walking, basically.
Alright. Is the Anvil of the Sea a general store or specific boutique?
Go figure out. Okay, you probably start walking towards it. It's just more described. You get back to the main street and looks to the left, looks to the right. Yep, it's on the left, pretty far, actually. There's an like wooden sign hanging in front of it. Pretty much just an anvil, but the top of the anvil is like curly. And
Seems like a blacksmith to me. Well, go figure.
you step inside. It's not your general blacksmither, but definitely has some blacksmithing vibes into it. There's a man actually hitting his hammer against some hot iron, and there's some typical wares like backpacks and clothes and robes on far left side. On the right side you can see some food rations, maybe. Pretty much it's the same stuff you ate at the bar. So
there is no bread or anything dried like jerky.
no, doesn't look like it.
Okay. Do I see any vax? There beeswax.
Throw investigation.
18.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of hardware and items spread around here and there. Doesn't immediately catch your eye, but the owner stops actually hammering the anvil and, "Oi, you there.
Yes?
Welcome to my
Are you the
shop."
owner of this establishment?
Yep, that's me. So, how can I serve you?
We are looking some traveling items. We are going to be on a road for a few days till we reach our destination. Do you have waterproof cloaks or beeswax we could use to proof our gear?
Definitely we have some leather. Let's see, beeswax we don't really, as you can probably understand, we don't have any bees here. No, sorry, don't have anything such. You can use the food though. It's like, as you can see, actually takes a jar that's standing on his store desk and like grabbing some food, like it stuck to his hands. And yep, see.
I'm quite intrigued. What is this jello made of?
Oh, I don't want to know. It works. It keeps me healthy. I have no idea. It just comes.
Okay. Well, I would
It's
like
free.
to have
So,
free for you.
yeah. Free for all.
Okay.
It would be stupid to pay for this.
Well, you're true about that. What kind of well, I actually own travelers' clothes, but they might be quite worn at this point, since we've been on the sea and almost drowned.
You went to the sea?
We came from the sea.
You
Our
right.
nice and
Did he
friendly.
hit his head or something? Looks at the
You know?
Morgran knows you and Kamos knows somewhat you have seen the guy at the tavern here and there having a drink.
Yes, couple of times, I think.
Yeah. Take care of him.
Ay, 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 ay.
Yeah, I'm kinda trying.
Kamos. How long is it? How long is it to fetch by foot?
Well, if you don't get robbed during the trip, it should be like 2-3 days at least.
So we need like maybe 3 or 4 days rations then for the trip. Just to be sure.
Yeah, I mean, just grab a few jars of these and you're covered. So
Do you have
about
any
the
maps of the continent?
no, I do not have. But ingot scroll probably. Oh wait, the stuff is moldy. Just go north. You don't need to know anything else. There's pretty much only Fetche and Epiode anyways. You don't want
Is
to
there
go
a
west.
forest on the way?
No. Just a small mountain and plains. That's pretty much it.
I see. You said you had some leather.
Yeah, probably best to have that at these conditions. Looks at your actually clothes. They are made of what? Linen.
Well, I have my leather armor, and I have my traveler's clothes, and a hemp. No. Where's? Oh, it seems that I have lost my cloak at some point.
Well, to be honest, you're going to get wet anyways. There's
Yeah.
no amount of leather you can actually wear to cover all that.
Well, I think some rations and for a few days.
Yeah, just grab what you need. I'm getting more fill-ins every day almost anyway, so. But everything else is costly.
Do you have arrows?
Maybe some. Let me see. Starts to actually drops down behind his counter and you can hear some. He's moving some stuff aside. Just a moment. comes back with 10 arrows. Oh, I have these.
I'll like to inspect them.
Hmm.
22.
They look quite nice.
Usable.
Tier brow crabs.
How
4
much?
days. Go ahead.
Let's being honest here, they're not that expensive. 5 silver for 10.
Is there a skill for haggling? Persuasion.
No, persuasion.
Let's say 4. Damn, 6.
No way,
But
man. No way.
Okay. 5 silver it is. I'll pay the man, get my 10 arrows.
Thank you.
Tier brow crabs for 4 days worth of rations from the shops and goes next to the door to wait for the others.
Yep, you just grab the food. They are kind of glass jars with super simple lid on them, wrapped around with closed with some linen. Nothing special. Barely holding together.
And as the brow grabs those jars, he says, "Thank you, shopkeeper."
Shopkeeper.
Surely.
Okay, sure. Name's Donera, but sure.
Donera.
Morgan tries to find a good set of traveler's gear. If there is heavy cloak or some such, I would like to have that.
I think it's included, but I'm not quite sure. Because there is a separate cloak you can get.
The
As
description.
Yeah, traveler's clothes are there if you want to buy just that. Do you want to be more specific?
And
Well-
traveler's clothes do include an ample cloak with a hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, we have some 2 gold.
Yep, sounds good. There you go.
Yep. Thank you. Yep. Takes the money. How about you?
Wait.
Need anything for your adventures, Kamos?
As the Camos sees that there's a hooded cloak in the traveler's clothes. Well, I could use one set of those.
Sure. 2 gold pieces.
I try to haggle with persuasion like 1 gold and 5 silver or something like that. 13.
Sorry, mate. 2 gold.
Okay, I understand. It's pretty bad down here.
You are the only ones actually to come by and buy anything for 2 or 3 months, so thank you. Like I'd do anything with the gold here anyways, because no one's coming or going, so can't really expect to buy anything else myself either. But you know the deal.
Hmm. Well, maybe someday there will be a caravan or something.
I doubt, but maybe. Yeah. The guards, of course, come now and then. Anything else? I'd like to get back to work.
I think I'm fine.
Nothing for me.
Yes, I'm good. Donera, thanks. Actually, I'm leaving. Thank you for everything. Also.
Oh, too bad. My favorite door opener.
More grunts.
Yep, goes back to his work.
Tal turns to Tia Brar and asks, did you need anything from the library bookstore, or are you good?
Most likely I do not need anything. I have plenty of parchments and stuff to take notes if I need to. So we can get going.
You are now on a hunt for a scrolls?
I kinda doubt that this kind of place would have any scrolls I would be interested in.
As we are talking, I change to Elvish and remind Tiab that, well, these people don't seem to know a lot about magic and don't care to use it, so maybe you could find something they have missed and don't understand.
Zebra answers in common. I don't think so, and talking among ourselves in Elvis is very rude to our twin companions.
True.
You are right about that.
Well, I have been mostly talking in our language my whole more than 200 years, so I'm sorry if it's inconvenient for you.
Are you still in the Anvil of the Sea?
No,
Okay,
outside.
sure, outside. Sure, it's raining.
If I don't so often speak common,
You don't hear me speaking Dwarvish to you guys.
that is also true. But
It's
you
true.
might have been around humans a lot longer than us.
I guess that's true.
But it's time that you start to use common now, because we are gonna need it. We are not in our island anymore.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm not as adaptable as you are.
Can we get
And
going?
I have turn around and start walking the main street.
Elves.
Tipper goes after him, shaking his head.
Morgan also pulls his cloak's hood deep above his head and follows you guys.
Where are you going to?
No idea.
Following the main street to the north.
So what's the plan? When are we leaving? Are we going to stay a night still or leave right away?
Well, if the trip is going to take multiple days anyway, we might as well start now. Especially if the rain isn't gonna let up.
Nope, it's not going to let up. Would be nice though.
So, you start traveling north?
Yes.
Yeah, continue. I had to find my tablet because the map is there.
As we leave the town and we are like out of, as the town goes out of sight, Tiabrar conjures up some kind of, let's say, the rain shield he used earlier, and keeps it over his head.
Just call it an umbrella.
But an umbrella is a really complex thing, which I most likely I cannot conjure. A probably would be like more like it, but yeah, let's say a crude umbrella.
Yeah, a simple umbrella.
Yeah. At the outskirts of the town, I say that actually I should go to my room and get some of my stuff, or we have to leave.
Well,
As I
I'll
hear this, I also turn confused. And weren't you staying?
Well, you said you need a guide.
Well, that's
To get
true.
here?
We would much appreciate, but I thought you had your own adventures and you gave us plenty of information, but sure, if you...
Well, as you saw, there is like basically nothing in this town, and the food's bad, so I might as well leave with you guys for now.
Well, I have nothing against it. Do you, dear?
not do I. How long will it take for you to get your stuff?
Well, the room is near the bar, so when I run back there and maybe change clothes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something
Yeah,
like that.
in the meantime,
Go check out the library or something.
no, I'll bury the boy's head.
Well, Deborah, then we'll meet here in half an hour.
Oh, okay.
I will go check out the library then. Which way is it?
It's more to the west. So it's pretty much Morgren, you know, it's pretty much on the west outskirts of the city.
Yeah, I know where it is. I can come with you.
That will be excellent.
Yeah, you go, find it. It's an interesting looking building. It's kind of it looks pretty much just a stale warehouse, like kind of roundabout. Yeah, definitely you can see some black splatters, like ink splatters in the sign outside, and maybe, just maybe with high enough investigation check you can see that there's maybe something that reminds you of a scroll. It's pretty much hand carved, like do it yourself thingy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll go inside.
Morgran's coming behind you.
Yeah, this is probably the first time Morgran ever has stepped into this building. It has always been here, but all the locals and everyone else just tend to avoid the place because reasons. But yeah, it's all silent. You can see scrolls, books, quite a lot of stuff, mostly paper, stuffed into a small space. It's maybe 5 feet deep, maybe 10 feet tall. Quite crowded place. Can't see anyone. There's a small counter actually in front of you. You just actually manage to squeeze yourself in, and if you step left or right, you can fit more next to you, and you can just maybe close the door, and you fit right in. Basically, the counter there is just at your waistline. It's quite short, small also.
Yeah. Tipper looks around a bit. There seems to be no one there, and he calls into the building. Hello, is there anyone here?
You can hear some rumbling beneath your feet, as if ground. Actually, looking a bit with more detail, all the ground is filled with books, and they are shifting a bit in their place, and you can definitely feel something going under you, like hitting your legs and just.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. What you want?
I presume that you are the library keeper.
No.
Okay. Then.
Inga scrolls.
You can see a short, probably a halfling. You have read from these creatures before. Quite short. You have to look way down because you're way taller than him. White, puffy hair. Looks like a bit a white afro that was actually cut in the middle. He's balding and quite old. Just.
So?
Would you? I'm nice to meet you. I'm Tiabra. Would you happen to have any scrolls, books, texts on?
Look around you.
Elves?
Yes.
What?
Look around you.
Yes, there are plenty, but do you have? Do they? Any of them have information about elves?
Elves. No.
Well, what do you have then? Anything about the gods?
Gods. I have books. Look around you.
Yes, there certainly are many books. What do they tell about?
You know things.
Okay. I guess we are in town, so I need to go. Thanks for your time and excuse me. Thanks for your time. I need to get going.
Aren't buying anything.
Actually, Tibber goes through his backpack. Would you happen? How much does some couple of scrolls cost?
Scrolls.
He actually just dives deep behind the counter. You can see where he went. Definitely to look something. You can again feel something like crumble beneath you, and there's definitely something happening there.
Yes. So, scrolls.
He actually lays down a set of scrolls. Pretty old, pretty musky, kind of wet.
Okay. How many scrolls are there?
Maybe 2, which you can use, like properly use.
How much for these?
I don't sell.
Okay. But would you
Trade,
sell
trade.
to me?
Trade.
Okay.
Books.
Sorry, I have no books on me.
So no trade.
Takes these scrolls and
Okay, thanks for your time, and Tepra turns to leave.
no throws or anything. Okay, you just leave.
Cannot be asked.
You just leave.
Okay.
Morgan tries to turn, but he's not fitting to turn, so he's just like backs away so incomparably.
Yeah. As last action, you can definitely see that the poor little fella just pops back up and just is about to say something as you slam the door closed.
As we go outside, I mentioned that. What on earth was that?
Don't know. Never been there.
Maybe for a good reason.
Yep. I'm not going to go there again.
So, it's raining once again.
Let's head to the meeting place. I don't think there's anything else for me.
Yeah, let's go and wait for the others.
Yep, as you're going to the rendezvous point, you can see two guys, quite beefy, carrying something like past you towards the docks. They're going right past you. They have some kind of armor on them, pretty basic full plate males. Long swords at their hilts, just carrying kind of a thing that has been wrapped around looks like a carpet or so.
Can I see any insignias or anything on their gear?
Yeah, throw an inspection check.
18.
Yep, definitely. The same very insignia that you have before fought against.
Should we keep going?
Yeah.
And we continue the rendezvous point.
Sure.
They were probably carrying the monster's carcass.
I wonder where they are taking it.
Hmm. I wonder what those were. Never seen anything like it.
Neither have I. Not in any of the texts I have studied. They didn't mention anything like that.
The world is going crazy.
Seems so.
So, some time passes. The guard-looking people are gone. Kamos and Talvana. You appear, right?
Well, I might as well tell something what Kamos was doing during his preparation.
Sure.
Well, first of all, he changes his clothes to the traveler's gear and used his handy disguise kit to dye his hair to a, let's say, grayish hue.
Mm.
For now. And, well, takes his hood and places it over his head. And, well, after preparations, he starts to move to the meeting point.
Okay, sure. Anything else? How about Talvana?
Meanwhile, while Diab and Morgran were at the scroll and ink store, I tried to find a place to bury the boy's head near the shore.
Yeah, north of the city is quite empty. There are some fields, and between the field line and the actual ocean, you can probably somewhere in a safe spot.
That's all I do.
Yeah, throw and stealth check.
Okay. Let's stealth this. Oi. 24.
Yep, you feel pretty confident considering there's quite a lot of rain around you. The sea is storming. You can't see anyone, and you are quite sure that no one sees you. So, not throwing the boy's head into the ocean, but burying it actually. You find a nice peaceful spot.
Yeah, I don't trust the sea not to carry the boy's head somewhere on the shore.
Yep.
So I'll find a nice rocky shore with a lot of small
Pebbles.
caves or something. If there's a bigger rocks that
Yeah, definitely you can just yank the boy's head somewhere in between and place a rock
yes,
or multiple on it.
rocky grave, no dirt or something that could be washed away with the rain.
Yep.
Solid
Okay.
rock.
Yes.
And I'll make my way to the rendezvous point.
Sure. Everyone's waiting.
Do you found anything, Diab?
Just a really weird halfling, I guess. Nothing. I couldn't make any sense of him, so Didn't we find anything?
I think you need to better your social skills a bit.
You are one to talk.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Do I see Camus? You said everybody was waiting?
Yep.
Do I notice anything different about him?
It depends if you can see under the hood, like it's deeply
Yeah.
over my head.
Probably not directly. It's pretty dark anyways, and
Okay. Well, you know the way. Shall we go?
Yeah, fine by me.
yeah. As you start heading to the north, not that many travelers are met during the few days of travel you go. It's pretty much just muddy road, pretty much directly up north. On your west side you can see a quite large mountain, Kamos and Morkran. You know what's that about. It's a well-known mountain. You can actually go through it if you go through the watery road, and that's pretty much it. It will take you 3 days to get to Fetche.
Yeah.
Is there
During-
bushes? Sorry?
Yeah, I was just going to give some details about
Okay.
Kamos. During the trip, Kamos starts to tell other guys that, yeah, actually, Kamos Urson isn't my real name, it's my artist name. My real name is Shaus Therias. So please just call me Shaus for now on.
Shaus. Shaus. In the chat, please.
Might as well paste it into the stream chat.
Oh, there. Shaus. Shaus Terias.
Is
And
somebody
you-
looking for you? Why do you go with a different name?
Don't you know that the biggest entertainers have their own stage name?
Oh, they do.
Of course they do.
Why?
It's part of the show.
Okay. I guess.
Well, think about it like there comes like, hi, my name is Bob, and I'm going to perform you a song today. It doesn't have that sparkle in it.
You are true. Saus is a bad name.
Yes, yes.
I understand.
Oh,
Yeah. You might also notice that for some strange reason, Saul's beard starts to grow like increasingly rapid pace. So he has full beard before we arrive to Fetje.
Maybe you should have picked a dwarven name. They are beautiful.
Yeah, I should consider that.
Can I roll an insight check about the stage name?
Of course you can. Pretty much you're trying
10.
to call bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You bite. Maybe with a hint
Uh,
of suspect, but it's
I'm a little bit suspicious. Maybe you
yeah.
are running from someone. Why are you disguising yourself? Yes,
It's
you
just the harsh weather.
Well, these are my thoughts. That why would you disguise yourself when you are going home? So I'm not gonna tell you this, but they are in here.
Sure thing.
Is there um, bushes or patches of forest on the way? Can I try to find any edible roots or plants or berries on the way?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of them. Mostly just farming fields. Um, Morkran and Camus, you know that the land here in the rural Calitron is actually pretty much just farmlands. There are trees here and there, bushes, sure.
Can I get anything else to eat but the jello-y rations we have?
If you're going to eat roots, yeah. Animal side, not so much.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie.
Yeah, continuing towards Fethiye. Anything else you want to do meanwhile you go?
Nothing special.
Sure.
Just observing and taking note of the landscape and like drawing a mental map of the route.
Pretty much. Here and there you go. You see a river on your left. You see fields on your right to the east. Just a normal road to the north, and on the west side you go past the mountain as I described.
If we have a longer rest during our travel, I could inspect more closely the daggers I took from the spider thingies.
Yep, normal daggers.
Okay.
When actually inspecting them, um, some of them being clearly carved just out of metal with brute force somehow. Some rock made, actually kind of resembles a bit maybe a prison shanks. Somehow just some stones hit together and other stone was just made sharp and stuff like that. Super simple.
Tools.
Yeah, quite primitive tools.
Okay, in that case, I just take the nicer looking ones and put them like mercenaries belt here and
Yep.
couple of daggers
Yeah.
just to look cool and dangerous.
Yeah, sure.
Just to be prepared if the robbers come again.
Yep, no robbers on your way. Yeah, you actually get to the outskirts of Fethiye. Looks a bit the same on the outside. This city has walls, probably a bigger docks. You can hear some people going on. It's about past noon. People going to the fields, working, going to eat, going for a drink. You can definitely see a large wall covering the entire of the city. There are some buildings next to the road, just outside of the city. Like it seems like they are maybe kind of a slum area. Camus, you know it. It's for poor people, basically.
Well, where would you like to go?
You were looking some elves or something, right?
Yes, few decades ago, there should have been few elves coming through here. Maybe there is people who are old enough to remember.
We got to remember that 20 years is quite a long time for them.
Well, not for dwarves.
Yeah, but I think the town, I presume that the town is mostly human.
Don't know. Maybe they are housing some dwarves for the past 20 years. Who knows?
Well, I think
They are housing these. I'm not sure what you are called.
South.
No. I know your name. What's your race?
I don't know.
Your race of tiefling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
is it a commonly known race?
Yeah, it is quite.
Oh, okay, in that case, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a tiefling.
At least Fetche.
Yeah.
Okay. How long do you live? Your kin lives.
What kind of questions are these?
I'm just curious. You're first one of tieflings I have ever seen, so I'm getting curious.
Well, longer than humans.
What's longer than what?
What?
Longer than humans.
Hello.
But to get back to your elves, I think our best bet would be like city hall or market.
Yes, maybe the city halls have some records. And Tiap tends to like books, so. Maybe some kind of archive? I don't know. Do they keep a record of visitors, of races in Fedje?
Yeah,
You know that there's a library that's being kept a bit better than the one Diaprar and Morkran just went.
well, we got that also taken account that we set out for Fetche, but didn't end up anywhere. Well, we ended up somewhere near it, but the other guys who have been coming here, who have set out to come here, might have ended up somewhere completely different. But this is our best bet to find out if they have been here.
So who is it? Who is it you are looking for, actually, besides elves?
Elves.
So just any elves, random elves.
Elves from our country, our island. Many parties have been sent here to the mainland, but none have returned. We'd like to find out what happened to them.
Oh, well, that makes more sense. So should we go to some kind of library or something?
Yeah, I'll lead the way. Just follow me.
Yeah, just to be precise, Gamos, are you trying to hide?
Yeah.
Sir?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool.
I knew it.
I want you to throw performance.
Oh my.
Love.
You're probably playing to be something else, someone else. So
Yeah.
just
fuck
hit me
you.
up with numbers.
Fuck. Natural 1 plus 7.
Okay,
Fuck.
sure.
Our party seems to be in a pinch.
But do I get advantage because I have disguise?
No.
Fuck.
Or actually, yeah, you would, because otherwise there would be no idea to throw it anyways. So
Yeah. Let's try that again. 25.
that's a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay. People look at you as you go in the city gates. There are no guards here either. Not the people inside, at least. You're free to come and go as you will. You can see banners though. Did I just describe the banners?
Nope.
You? Okay, sure. These city guards, town guards in Epiod, and there are banners here hanging on the gates. It looks like a grim smile, like you know the cat from the Liisa Ihmemaassa.
Alice in the
Alice in the
Wonderland.
Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much the cat's face with some lipstick on it. Grinning smile. But yeah, going in the center of the city, you know that there's a huge building. It's a library. You may as well go in. The city itself, it's maybe even twice or thrice the size as Epiod was. People coming and going, looking quite busy. It's got a big town's feeling. It's raining here also currently. You can definitely hear the sea north of you rumbling endlessly. As you get inside, the library looks quite nice inside. White and black marble around you. The floor is actually marble also. The books are, what you can see, they look healthy, not wet this time. It's pretty well kept. There are people here and there looking at the books. Most of them pretty well dressed.
I go to one of the librarians. Hello. My friends are looking for some elves or information about elves who came here previously.
There's a old man with a monocle just digging down into a book.
Huh? Yes?
Looks up at you.
Elves.
Elves.
Like those two guys over there.
Nope. Not here.
Well, those two.
But do you have like log of visitors for like 30 years ago or something.
Are you kidding me?
Well, no.
Throw a persuasion check.
26.
Alright. Maybe. Let's see the book.
You can see that he's getting the whole library, which actually is maybe even 30 feet high, more in width. It's quite large.
Oh yeah, the counter.
Actually starts slowly wobbling towards the welcoming counter. Shuffles a bit some books.
Yep. That's the one.
Blows off some dust.
Here you go.
Hands you like super thick book. Huge. It's big.
Talon, I got the book.
Really? I'm getting. Talvana is getting quite interested and.
That's a book, all right.
We could like if there's a table, a free table for reading, we could sit down and leaf through it.
Yes, please. Is there a free table nearby?
Yeah, there are quite many.
We would like to lay the book down on the table and start briefing through.
Yeah, you two, Talona and Diapro, please throw investigation check.
Do I have an option to give a help action to the Aprar?
Yeah, roll with advantage, Diapro. Diablo.
I just already rolled, but I just roll again.
Just
Yeah,
draw
and take the higher one.
Yeah.
20.
Okay. Yeah. It takes quite a while. You spend hour or two going through the book. There's one name you are able to match. It's you don't actually know what year is it now, right?
Well, not the year these so-called mainlanders use.
Yeah, I'm keeping in mind it could be different.
Yeah, it's probably just a bit different, but yeah. There's a name. Ferra S.
Could
That-
get it written.
Yeah. Like that.
Thank you.
Ferra S. It strikes you odd because you have a certain naming pattern at your island where you come from, and it can't be coincidence. That's definitely someone from your island, but there's no last name.
Is there any information except the name?
There's a year. The year is dated 146. It's quite old. The ink has already gotten, in that writing, has bleached a bit.
I turn to Shaus and ask, what year is it?
Currently or in that book?
Currently.
Currently, what system do you use? Because this says 146, and I assume you use different kind of dating system.
If I recall, it's year 199 BGD.
BGD.
Postcard disappearance.
Okay.
At that time, I say in Elvish, Tiap, the silence. Is it the same? And turn back to the book.
What did you say?
The silence.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't follow you.
It
And
kind of matches. About.
Tiabrar notes. I guess we don't find anything else in the book.
Yeah, you go through the rest of the book. Pretty much nothing catches your eye. Nothing else than that.
So it's 53 years ago. I rise from the table and ask from one of the clerks, where can I find a history section?
Yes.
The same old man. Sorry. Same old man. He's nearby, just reading a book. Slow, steady pace. Yeah. Let's see. Again, glancing around the library very slowly. Points you into direction.
There.
Thank you. And may I ask, were you here 50 years ago?
Oh, I was in the fields working.
And now you are an honorable knowledge keeper here in the library.
I just read. But sure.
Okay. Well, thank you. And Talvanai heads up to the history section. And is it categorized? Is it like made in years? Is it categorized?
History section is categorized 2 years, yes. A few books are of their places here and there, but you at a quick glance figure out that there's pretty much nothing before this island.
Morgan follows you to the history
so there
aisle.
is something like year 0 or year 1.
Nothing around those times. Maybe first years are let's say 11.
Okay. What does the introduction of the first history book say?
They mention something about reordering a chaos. You go through, actually, throw investigation check.
Okay. Let's investigate. Natural fucking 20.
Okay.
I put my glasses up to my nose and dive in.
Yeah, it will take you some time to figure out the whole context of what's being written there. It mentions something about time passing by. It says something about modern humanoids walking the earth that figured out that there is no a greater being answering to prayer anymore.
Is there an author to this book?
No
Or
authors.
is it a collection?
It's kind of a collection. It, on a quick glance, or actually you probably dig down pretty deep into it anyways. It's quite many stories wrapped up into one. As
Kinda
if
like
it
the
was
Bible.
not quite, maybe a bit more like folklore.
Okay. So stories and hearsay and from person to person knowledge. Okay.
That's about it.
So while Tahal is digging into the history books, I'm trying to find something about the Calutran Imperium, like whatever I can find, just something more.
Yeah. You actually find.
I'm also at the history section.
Yeah, you actually find a quite brand new book, Calitran Empire, as you even know. it's quite new. It hasn't been there for more than 15 years. There are some mentioning about struggles. There are some mentioning about the Calitran kings and queens that have fallen. As a newest mention, there's Queen, as you know of, current ruler, Queen Amanita.
And it was 15, not 50.
15 years. But yeah, Amanita's reign is quite new. The book dates 6 months back, and Amanita's being mentioned for 1 or 2 years. As you actually go through, again I said actually, as you go through the book, you notice that there's some kind of a certain flavor in the way Amanita's being talked about, like praised be and great ruler and lines like that.
Quite
History is written-
Orwellian, maybe.
Yeah, propaganda. some kind of propaganda, definitely.
Do I find like any older books, or is the section surprisingly empty?
There are bits and pieces missing, yes. Empty years, totally. But the Great Calitron Empire is mentioned quite a lot.
The Emperor scribbles down the name and the year from the logbook, and then Tavana hands me the history book that was mentioned earlier, and I scribble down the information that was mentioned.
As I went through the history book and noticed some few key points, I point this out to Tiaprar, that he can make notes and take some of the information and copy it to his own scrolls, because we need all the information we can get.
After I have copied down this information, I go to the, if the same clerk still hovering around.
Yep.
I go up to him and, excuse me.
Yes?
Would you happen to have anything on magic?
You can see immediately that he goes silent. Don't say that word here.
Oh.
Ever. Unless
So
you
I
want
guess
to get in trouble.
So I guess that's no.
He looks... Mentioning word magic, he goes like in a shutdown mode. Even physically, he locks down in place and looks at the ground. Just around you, tries to actually avoid your... tries to avoid you.
Okay, thanks. Sorry about bothering you. And I go back to the table, shaking my head.
Do I see this happening? This conversation?
You were quite near, yeah.
Okay. I'll go to the clerk and return the big book that had the name of Fair Eyes, and as I return it, I apologize for my friend. He's very keen to knowledge, and we just came to this continent, and we have heard that there are certain things that are not allowed to be said or done. He didn't mean anything by it. Just, I'm sorry.
Please throw persuasion.
Oh shit. 1 minus 1 is 0.
Yeah. Takes it quite well. Takes the book and just nods at you and walks to the...
I was being genuine.
Yeah, walks back to the counter and maybe swipes some dust off the book and puts it back and goes back to his book and starts reading.
Nice rolls. First 20, now 1.
It happens. But yeah, do you want to do anything else here?
Morgran is
Once-
ready. He puts all the books he has been browsing back to the shelves and comes back to the rest of the party.
The Emperor is also ready to leave. He gets his book, which he has been scribbling on, puts it away and turns to leave.
With well, I already used my investigation, but I would like to go through these few years, like 20, 40, 60, 80, just browse through
Yep, investigation.
quickly.
What do you want to find?
Mentions of elves traveling.
Did-
7.
Yep, nothing.
No mentions in the history books. Okay, they have kept it low, or I'm just bad at investigating.
Either way.
Yeah, I put the books back and turn to our companions, and nothing more for me here.
So, did you find your elves?
We found something,
There is
Ah.
one name.
a familiar name. The year doesn't quite match up, but it's a clue.
Well,
Okay.
where
What?
should we go now?
What time of the day is it?
Past noon.
Past noon. You said there was a dog. Is there a what's it called? It's not a foreman's house, but it's a place for the dog foreman. Yes, actually, it is a word. Dog foreman.
Are you asking someone?
Yes.
The old person.
Come. No. South.
Yeah, there should be someone like that.
I would like to visit him and ask about the incoming trade in boats, if there has been any past 200 years.
Yeah, okay, fine. Just follow me.
Then I'll make my way.
As you're starting to get out of the library, you can see that the old man you were talking to earlier is actually talking to two quite well-furnitured guards and actually pointing at you with horrendous face.
I think we need to make it fast.
The guards are actually, I need some note here. Guards are coming at you. Oi, you lot.
Are we Are we out of the door at that moment?
Nope, you are still inside the library.
Fudge!
They're pretty near you already. Can see you, like, almost hitting distance. You. We need you to come with us. Would you please? They are standing firm. They have full plate mails. They are holding both their helmets at their hands under their what's this called? Pits.
Armpit.
Armpits.
Armpit.
Yeah. And one arm is holding a sword there. So kind of looks relaxed. Yeah.
Are they specially pointing to me
Who
and
they are putting to?
Dia?
The whole gang you have there.
Okay, so it's not you two, it's you lot.
You lot.
What is this about? We are just looking for some old books here. Have we done something?
Yeah, about that. We heard you were asking some weird questions. We just want to, ask around what's going on. Doing our job.
Yeah.
So,
Ask away.
Ask away. We are happy to answer your questions, young lad.
so what were you discussing just now with the fine old man there, minding his old library?
We just arrived here and we were asking about the history of this place.
Why are you interested in the history?
Well, we have few friends that are missing, and because we live so long, it's history to you if something happened, let's say 20, 40, 60 years ago.
You live so long. The guards
Unfortunately.
both look at each other. Carry on.
Well, we found a clue dating 50 years ago, so that's history. And we would like to follow that clue if you don't mind. We are on a tight schedule.
If you have anything else to ask, we are happy to answer.
Right. What are you, anyways? The other guard hands his helmet to the other and actually comes to you and pulls your hair out of the way. Looks at your ears. Right.
Well, as you can probably see, which one did he do this to me or Tavla?
Sure. Well, we had
Yeah,
three
you can-
questions we need to, unfortunately, now ask you. Are you from here?
No.
How about the other of you? Rest of you?
I'm from Epiode. Nice to meet you.
Sounds just
Camus throw deception.
We just arrived here, like an hour
21.
ago, maybe.
Right. Okay, sure. Sounds legit. No problem here. Are you here with ill intents?
It's a library. What ill could we do here?
Sure.
Well, I'm
thing.
not
No.
at least any ill intentions. What is that supposed to mean?
Just routine. No need to boil up. Oh, okay, sure. How about you? To the
Of course not. We are just here to look for information, and then if we find clues, and we will take our leave.
no. The guards look at each other, nodding. Sure. Okay, there's one. Are you able to use magic? You actually can see both of the guards chuckle a bit. Like, yeah, answer the question.
I lie. I'm gonna say no.
Please
Who
throw
would-
deception.
Who would possibly could use a magic? Who could possibly use magic? We are interested in it, but oh shit. We are gonna end up in jail, guys. Cox. Well,
Yeah, and Theodore is also trying to, because he saw the reaction of the clerk. He's also trying to lie that, of course not.
oh, why did you need to do that?
How much?
4.
Nice. Looks at Morgan and Camus. How about you?
No magic. I'm a pretty good smith, though.
Are you lying?
No. Look, I can show you my smith gear. Wait a moment, young lad. And I open my smith's tools and start to show them pretty proudly.
But are you able to
look
use
at me,
magic?
Hama.
Really? Should you throw deception?
No.
Okay.
I can't use
Sure.
any magics.
Yeah.
He's not a caster.
Yeah. Looks at Camus. Oh. How about you?
Well, would I need so many weapons on me if I could use magic?
Deception.
Oh, you just do some prestidigitation.
14.
Okay. Fine. Everything looks good. Sure. Thank you, lads, for helping. They turn around and
You're welcome.
yeah. As
Anytime
they
you
go,
need us.
As they go by, they shake their heads towards the clerk.
Let's go to the docks and fast. I'll whisper to Camus. No, shout.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yep.
I lead the way.
As you start heading outside, you step out, and there's actually 10 guards around you, all with their pikes in front of you, like all looking aggressive. War helmets on, full plate mails on, and the 2 guards in front of them. Right. We didn't buy that. You're coming with us now. And we're going to end the episode here today. It's already quite late.
Why?
You failed the rolls quite bad. Yeah. No fights today, but maybe next week on Monday.
We lived to fight another week.
Yes.
And we go down next Monday and start a third campaign.
Yeah, we'll see.
No backseat gaming, but I don't think we should fight.
Pussy.
Well, Morgran is up for it probably, but
Backseat game reason.
No.
yeah.
Or a intelligent high elf. Someone asks too many questions.
I should probably have had to throw like deception since I was kind of playing a like old fool card there or something.
I'd say it was already lost on Diab's and Talvana's rolls.
Oi!
Yeah,
I rolled 13.
Yeah, the DC
12.
was a bit higher.
How come?
You are elves. You haven't seen many elves here.
Yeah, but they also don't know that we can use magic.
But you lied and got caught.
and the old guy,
It's
the
level
liberal
2
guy.
encounter. How can I draw any better? How the
Which one?
DC is so high.
Quit whining.
It just is.
Well, you could have rolled higher if somebody were to give you bardic inspiration.
Why don't you
If-
bard, you bard?
Because I'm a mercenary right now.
He's
Fool
going
of a
to
bard.
he's going to bard our way from this mess next week.
Yeah, you better brush up your performance.
Yeah, brush up your butts and like seduce 10 guards or something.
You have the highest charisma of all. That just flash that smile and wink away.
Yeah, I had fun. Thank you guys.
Oh,
Thank you watchers. Thanks for Mr. Wise Guy for subscribing. If there's anyone watching, I haven't seen the stats. Please subscribe, follow, and come back next week on Monday.
We'll be here, waiting for you.
And thanks to all.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you next time.
Yep. Bye.